Alrighty, injury update. Sure it's all over probably, but Sean Laval, ACL tear, needs surgery. He'll be out for the year. Sheriff tore his pec. He'll be needing surgery. He'll be out for the year. Paul Richardson, shoulder AC joint. He's going to have surgery. He'll be out for the year. Moses, MCL, he'll be day-to-day. Dunbar will be day-to-day with his nerve and lower leg. Crowder, his ankle. Hopefully we'll get him up and running, possibly check him out in practice on Wednesday. We'll see where he's at. I'm not sure yet if he'll go Wednesday or not. And then Chris Thompson with his rib. Always got to monitor his healing and go from there.
Just what happened with Paul Richardson we saw.
Yeah, Paul's been dealing with this thing all year, as you know, and he's been dealing with it. Toughed it out for 8 weeks, and I think the pain has just been bothering him so much that I think he needs to get it fixed. And commend him for his efforts trying to play for the 8 weeks that he played, but I think it's time to get it fixed.
I guess, what do you do there now? Is Michael Floyd still there, or I guess
we got Michael Floyd, quick. Obviously Josh and Mo Harris. JU's playing mostly on special teams, but he's our fifth. And then if we get Crowder back, great. Trey Quinn, hopefully he'll be able to start here pretty soon. Gives us 7. We still have a couple pretty good prospects on the practice squad. Simi Cobbs. So we got bodies there. We'll make it work.
With Paul's absence now, how do you get more speed on the field and try to create some of the space that you were counting on him to create?
Well, I think we have enough speed. I think Brian Quick can run, really. And I think Michael Floyd, he ran 4.49 at the combine. I don't know if he's still running 4.49, but he can get up and go. So I think we have enough speed to get by.
And with Trey, where is he at? How close? And could he possibly practice this week? And are you ready to say he's the other designated guy?
Not yet. Not ready to say that yet. We're close to saying that, but I'd like to get him out there on Wednesday, see where he's at before we start his clock.
One of the strengths of your first 7 games has been the run game, and losing Brandon and Sean, especially, what does that do to what you want to run?
You forgot about Trent. It obviously has a major impact. Your 2 starting guards, when they go out in the same game, you're already playing light at left tackle. It makes it difficult. Christian came in and battled. Obviously, we moved Bergstrom in there. He competed. Had to move Ty into guard there at the end. It's different. Those guys aren't getting any reps in there, and especially together. So it makes it a little more difficult with the communication. But hopefully, we'll sign a couple guys here today. We're going through the physicals right now, but we have to sign 2, maybe 3 offensive linemen to get us through.
Did you guys, I know it's an unusual situation that was last year as well. Did you learn anything from last year going through all these line combinations that can maybe help any sort of transition this year?
No, not really. It's something you don't want to go through, but it is pro football and you have to go through it. And fortunately, we have a very good offensive line coach and Coach Callahan, and we'll figure it out and make it work. We have a couple prospects we worked out this morning that could come in here and play right away with some experience and could help us out. And we're going to demand a lot out of them, whoever that is, or we have to move some people around that are already here. We can do that. But we can't slow down. The train doesn't stop. We're going to keep rolling and go out there and compete against a Tampa Bay front that's very, very, very good with Pierre Paul and obviously Gerald McCoy and Vinny Curry.
Jay, you mentioned some of the wide receivers that are going to have to fill in now, obviously for Paul and then for Jamison. What'd you make of Maurice Harris yesterday, and how does his role maybe expand now, especially with Paul out?
Yeah, I think Mo will change if Jamison comes back. Jamison will be more regulated back to the slot, and Mo can be moved outside. But I like what Mo's been doing. I think he had over 100 yards yesterday and had some good looks. So Mo's always been a consistent player for us. Not the fastest guy in the world, but he runs excellent routes. He's a quarterback-friendly guy, knows how to work in zone, does have the quickness to separate man-to-man. So he's a great option for us right now.
Jay, how tough is it to bring in someone off the street in week 10 and coach them up and get them ready to play in an NFL game after, presumably they've been out of the game for a month or longer?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's going to be dependent on that player, and we're hoping that player has some experience and can come in and do it, understands what pro football preparation is all about, is in decent enough shape that he can handle it. So that's what we're banking on right now. It's something you don't prepare for, but when it does happen, this is what you have to do. We have some guys developing in-house that are young, that have very little to zero NFL experience that we're trying to develop for the future, but not for Sunday. So if we need to play them, we will play them. But let's take a look at some of these veteran guys, see how they fare, see how they can learn, see what kind of shape they're in, and hopefully move forward.
Jay, realistically, how long are you expecting Trent to be out at this point?
Realistically, I don't know. I think a lot's going to depend. Being that it's a thumb and it's his dominant thumb, it's going to depend on whether or not he can get the cast on as comfortable. He can still grab, and I don't know if that's going to be another game, another 2 games, or 3 games. We're not sure yet. We're hoping 2 games tops, but that's optimistic view. But it could be 3. Who knows?
Did you have a chance to watch the film a little bit more defensively yesterday? I know the third down thing was very disappointing to you. Have you kind of been able to look at that and kind of get a better feel for what happened there?
Yeah. They first of all, Matt Ryan's a very good quarterback, and he put the ball on the money. A few tight window throws. They made some great catches. They have a very, very good receiving core. Nobody's going to argue that with Ridley, and obviously most of the new work in the slot, and Julio Jones, one of the best receivers in the league. But they gave him decent time, and we didn't get the pressure that we anticipated, and then we dropped a few coverages that we normally don't drop. So there's a lot to correct from that film. There's no finger pointing as far as one person had a screw up. It was maybe this corner got beat, maybe this linebacker dropped the coverage, maybe this safety missed a tackle, maybe we missed a communication here, this pass rush didn't work, this line stunt failed. So there's a lot of things that go into a third down 10 for 13 outing like Atlanta had, and it's something that our guys take very seriously and plan to correct.
Going back to the line, and it seemed like Adrian started to get that rhythm with those guys up there. How hard is it for a running back to get that rhythm with a line when it's changing like that, and what kind of things can be done to help with that?
Well, I think when you're talking about a running back reads, whoever's blocking for him, he's still got his reads, whether it's A gap to B gap to C gap or D gap to C gap to B gap, whatever it might be. He's got to press the line of scrimmage and make his cuts based on the defensive front. So the reads won't change a lot. It's just we'll have different people making the blocks for him in the combinations. The key is to get the communication right, so we're going up to the right people, which is critical, which we had a few of those mess-ups when we had all the people moving around. But I think we'll be fine. We just have to make sure we stick with the plan, keep it fairly simple, but not too simple. Still going to challenge our guys to do some great things, and hopefully the guys that we sign can fit it right into play.
Is Ari Quandro a possibility at this point to come off IR this year at all, or no?
No. I just saw him. No, he's not ready yet. He's working out, but his injury is pretty significant.
Byron is eligible to come back this week to the active roster. Is that a move you anticipate making, and what could he bring?
I don't know yet. I want to check on Capri. Capri's not on injury report, but he had a good game again yesterday. He's been steady. So I think with Capri and obviously P. Ryan got a few looks there late, and Adrian. Those are our 3 right now. If we choose to bring Byron up, we'll have to figure out a way to make him fit in the lineup.
And then just a couple more injuries from yesterday. Ty looked like he was banged up late. How was he, and Jordan limping off on that last play?
Yeah, Ty's okay, and Jordan came and got treatment today. He should be fine.
But the guys that you are bringing in, is that for depth, or could they possibly start?
Well, I think they might have to start. Somebody, one person's going to have to start at least, maybe 2, depending on the competition and how they do. But I anticipate signing at least 3 guys, maybe 4. I don't know yet. But when you put 2 guys on IR, and we got to look at some people quickly.
For right guard, do you have? Is Casey done there? Or what are you going to?
Well, right now, guard only. We moved Ty in there at left guard and played Christian at left tackle. But we'll have to wait and see if that's an option for us. I like having Ty at tackle and Morgan at tackle, having those big bookend tackles, and then Bergstrom, Roulier on the inside, and then whoever that other one is, it could be Dunn or whoever else we're looking at right now.
Jay, speaking of stunts and some of the games that defensive linemen play, what is the challenge of getting guys ready for that when so much of that is often feel and having played next to a guy for so long?
On what?
Like going against stunts from a defensive line, how do you teach guys how to pass guys off quickly?
Oh, yeah, that's just something we have to try to rep in practice, the limited time we have out there in practice, and work it. That's all you can say. Some of these guys have done it and played in games, know what to do, but it's a matter of going out and doing it with another guy that they haven't done it with is a challenge. Yep.